Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of
Advice for Your Besties.
Yay!
Yay. Okay, so this is actually something that happened in real life that someone told me. So I want to have your opinion and everyone else can chime in. So I have this friend and he is in his late 20s. He's always had a girlfriend, always in serious relationships that last like a couple years at a time. And this year, or at the end of last year, his ex broke up with him and it was kind of like a really messed up situation. So he's like, okay, I'm going to be single for 1 year and I'm going to date as many people as I can and just like have fun and enjoy being single and then, get into a
I
relationship.
love that storyline. Don't you love that in every movie? Because you know what? When you say that, your forever person is just around the corner.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he's been dating people like on and off all year, and he's been dating this one girl in particular. They dated for a few months. They broke up. They're kind of like back together again. It's now towards the end of the year. And there's like 3 weeks left in the year. And instead of like staying committed and dating her because they both really like each other and they both want it to work out, he decided that he's going to stay single for the rest of the year. And until January 1st is when they will start dating officially. So even though they have a very good thing going on and they both like each other, they both want to date each other, he has decided that we will not be dating at this particular moment because I still want more freedom in my life for the next 3 weeks to go hook up with as many people as I want before I start dating you officially. So when I heard this, I was like, I would feel like I am second best. And like, why don't you want to date me right now? Like, if you really like me that much, why don't you want to date me right at this exact moment? Like, what's going to happen in the next 3 weeks that's going to change your mind or like make it so much better in 3 weeks? So I would be like, no, I'm good. Peace out. Bye. What do you think?
At first, when you first mentioned it, I thought I kind of had the same sentiment, but it's like, well, if we're good, we'll be good in 3 weeks.
Yeah. But doesn't that kind of make you feel like, what's wrong with right now?
What's any different? It also doesn't sound like it's not going to be any different.
I don't think it's going to be any different, but like, do you really have to go hook up with other people for 3 weeks?
Maybe he's been hooking up with other people the entire time.
Well, I think he has been.
So, or does he just want to see something through when he said, I want to stay committed? I want to commit to not being committed for 365 days.
I mean, that was his commitment.
That sounds like it's the most important commitment he's making at this time, was honoring the commitment he made to himself. That I'm starting to learn that relationships kind of don't mean anything. They mean nothing until they don't. But you know what I mean? Like,
so is this like, is this the same being thrown back in my face? How you do one thing is how you do anything. Like if you can't commit to yourself to follow up with a commitment.
The way you took that down south real fast. I do like that expression, but it sounds like the most important person in this equation is him, and honoring his commitment to himself that he made. And yes, I do think it's easy to see it from the perspective of like, what's wrong with me? I don't think it's about her.
I don't think it's about her, but it's like, I don't know. That just wouldn't make me feel great about myself. But I guess that's not
Maybe that's not the way he framed it.
True. That's just like how I was hearing it.
Right. So he gave you like the DL, here's what's real.
Yeah.
Whereas like he may have said to her, hey, I need to see this through.
True.
Right. So the way you package this is also important, right?
Yeah.
What I would be interested, and our listeners might be interested to hear, is if you go back to your friend and say, hey, how did you present this to said person?
Right.
What was their response? And was this about honoring yourself? Like, I mean, like how much hooking up can this person do in the next 3 weeks? I mean, I guess you could Tinder the shit out of the next,
you totally could.
Ugh.
I want to know what you think. Would you wait the 3 weeks and be okay with that? Or would you be like, no?
Okay, so the pragmatic me would like to think that I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. We just keep doing what we're doing. The real me would be like, what the fuck?
So everyone's sound in on the comments.
Yeah.
Because we want to know.
I don't think you're just asking me, but yes, I do think I would be
Yeah, I'm asking all of our friends.
Okay. Well, you said what you think. It was like, like a status. USTED, the plural.
What?
because I'm learning Spanish.
Oh. Like, are you speaking gibberish?
Nope,
No,
it's
just Spanish.
Okay. Do we have any other? Do we have questions this week?
Yes. What is a brutal truth about life that needs to be said?
That nothing matters.
Yeah, I'd say nothing matters.
Kind of nothing.
And no one is thinking about you as much as you're thinking about yourself.
I am thinking about you as much as you. I am thinking.
Probably not as critically as I'm thinking about
No,
myself.
certainly not. No, I am thinking loving thoughts. I'm like a dog who's just like Lindsay, 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 Lindsay.
A good old golden retriever.
Yeah. Maybe a butch version. you know?
Remember when we were camping and I was like telling everyone what they were in a past life?
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot.
said you were a golden retriever.
You should do that. Recently Jesse kind of read our signs. You should read what. Well, you already did me, I guess.
Yeah, you're a golden retriever.
And Jesse's a cat. Okay, great. We nailed that assignment. Okay, I think life, if you boiled it down, very little matters.
Yeah, I think we just put a lot of weight into a lot of things that
We just
don't
need to have more
matter.
fun.
Mhm.
I think having fun is not important enough in people's lives. We need to schedule more fun time.
Can I break in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
I totally agree. Nothing matters, but that should be inspiring because if nothing matters, then all the risks you're going to take to reach your goals don't matter either.
Well, that's a very positive and
Mhm.
intelligent
If
way of
nothing matters,
that.
you might as well live your life exactly the way you want to.
100%. You are very right as always. Okay.
That's
What
the end of
was
my
that picture?
commentary.
Always right.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Is happiness an illusion?
No.
Is happiness a feeling or is happiness a state of being? That's my own follow-up question. Joy is a feeling, isn't it? And then happiness is a state of being.
Are you asking me for the formal definition or just like my take on this?
Your take on this? I mean, I'm kind of asking for a definition.
I can't help it. I can't stop touching my hair today. I'm kind of feeling fucked up.
Is happiness an illusion? No.
No, not at all. No.
I think that if you really sit down and think about, am I happy? I'm not happy.
Okay, actually, I can see where this is going, and I have been thinking about it lately because, like, let's say you are day one, you're doing your thing, right? Same day, same activities, but you are in the cloud of, ooh, I just spent time, I had a nice date, maybe I hooked up, and it's like literally nothing's different, right? Except spending time with a person.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I feel like you shouldn't be that different because your life has not been altered in such a profound way that a 1 hour coffee date should not be the thing that puts a final positive spin, like another positive spin on the axis. And that's where I struggle because alternatively, if you're not having a follow up date and then you tank,
Yeah.
I feel like,
So you shouldn't like allow other people's actions to influence your happiness.
I don't think anything, right. Like I should be, if happiness comes from within, I'm trying to seek less external input to making me happy. Like
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
often find that I'm like, is today any different than yesterday? No, not really. So then I'm like, it's just my chemicals are imbalanced, right? Like that, it's because like, what's any different than today? Today's literally the same. So where is the difference?
In happiness? Mm-hmm. I
And-
guess then you have to like create your own situations to create your own happiness. Yeah, I would say that like,
Still working.
oh, why is
Is-
your phone talking to me?
I don't know.
Okay.
It does that.
No, I don't think happiness is an illusion, but I think that it is totally up to you to just like harness it in.
I feel like I'm constantly trying to like gin up more happiness. Like I'm not just on cruise control. Like
Also,
feel-
like, what's happiness? And like, what does that look like?
and that's a good question because like I'm like, well, I've got all my basic necessities met.
Right.
I have my next round of necessities met. I might even have the tertiary round of necessities met, like, right, where that's like a good outfit and like a full tube of like toothpaste.
Yeah.
Like all the little things, and like I'm full on my lotions and stuff.
Mhm.
Like
Oh, yeah. All those little toiletries
Yeah.
are
like when
filled.
you have those full in your life,
Yeah.
you're like, I'm kind of at the top of my game.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. All my stuff is together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And like Yeah, a fresh tube of toothpaste kind of is an analogy for life at times, right?
Agreed. Or when your travel bag is always ready to go
Oh,
and
yeah.
full of all the little
Now
minis.
that is that is the ultimate happiness
Yep.
because that means like I am ready to go.
Mhm.
And then when your energy is like ready to be like I do have my suitcase, it's not packed, but it's like ready. I feel like we should
You're
travel
ready to
more.
go.
I
Yeah,
am
we should travel more.
right
Mhm.
because I think about that. I'm like the person I am like when I'm in travel and like a travel mode is lighter and more energetic and is usually a little happier than the person that doesn't travel that is like weighted and vibrationally a lot lower.
Mhm.
I'm trying not to be that. Do you have any other questions?
How do I make myself let go of a dream I once had, but I couldn't chase it for various reasons at the time?
Just forget about it. Move on.
Live life with no regrets.
MoveOn.org. I don't know.
Boom.
Maybe it was a stupid idea.
Maybe just because the dream didn't work out at that moment in time, it just wasn't meant to happen at that moment. And you probably are now pursuing something better or different. And if it's really meant to be, it'll circle back around. Just like this podcasting show.
Actually, I would not say that. I just feel like we are just on the up and up.
No, I mean, like I thought about starting a podcast many years ago, and then I was like, no, not the right time. And then it finally circled back around, and now we're on the up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have for questions today. Any other life advice?
Oh. I heard this question. I like this, and it's not on it, but somebody was talking about it. Grandma has a grandson who's 5 years old. Grandma's daughter goes to jail. Whoops. Grandma's remarried. So now her grandson, 5 years old, needs somewhere to live. The second husband doesn't want the grandson to live with them.
Okay, I didn't know that he was 5 years old when you told me about this earlier. I was like, oh, is he like 15, 16, like a teenager? Oh, he's 5. Where else is he going to go?
Right.
Does he not have, I mean, unless there is other family nearby that would be able to take care of him.
Who's next in line after mom? Grandma.
Yeah, or a sister or a brother.
Okay, well, that didn't come up as an option.
Oh, okay. Well, then if it's only grandma, then yeah, go with grandma.
Yeah, but the fact that he said I don't want him to live with us sucks.
Well, then she needs to reevaluate her second husband.
She wouldn't have had to if her daughter didn't go to jail, right? I mean, these are
True.
I don't know. I think he sucks, and of course my grandchild's moving in. You don't like it, take a hike.
Yeah. I think you got to choose your family over invited in family.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something wrong with you if you abandon a 5-year-old. Like I'll have this 5-year-old live with me if need be.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh my God. We're going to now podcast remotely because I will not be coming onto the premises anymore.
Oh, no, you'd be sitting right here with them. Like, what do you have to say, little guy? Wouldn't that be funny?
No, I could picture it now. They'd be like,
oh, no, I'd stick them with
gibber and jabbering.
somebody else. You'd have to sit outside with the dogs and you lock them out.
Yeah, exactly. Sit outside with the dogs.
Don't cry too loud, okay?
Yeah. We're great with kids.
I'm not bad.
You are not bad.
I'm not. I'm
Mm-mm.
pretty good, actually. Anyway, well, that's all our questions for
I
this week.
know.
That was
Those were a windy road of questions. So give us your input on these questions and leave it in the comments when we post this on Instagram and on YouTube. And make sure that you are subscribed on YouTube because
it's
you're
super fun.
really missing half the show if you're not watching on video as well. So
One of those senses.
Yep.
One of the 5 is
Mhm.
being denied if you're not on.
100%.
Yeah.
So make sure you are subscribed on YouTube and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.